Hello, and welcome to this how-to video on how to track your social media performance using Zoho social reports. So in this session, we will walk you through how to analyze key metrics using your connected social media platforms. So in this case, I'll be using Facebook and X, or formerly Twitter, accounts using Zoho Social's reporting features. So the first step is accessing the Zoho social reports. One, we log into your Zoho social accounts, and next, in the navigation panels, we click on reports. And through here, you can see an overview of the key metrics across all your connected social media accounts. Then step 2 is navigating the performance dashboard. So in the report section, by default, we are redirected to the summary tab to get the summary of your social media performances. So you can also see the metrics like the total followers, the audience summary, post and engagement summary, which includes our top posts, engagement by post type, impression summaries, and the messenger insight summary. These are also depending on the widgets that you have also added to your dashboards. Okay, currently in this screen, we are seeing all the performances for the social account Facebook. So to switch to X, so we have to just click on this tab beside the Facebook icon. And here we can see the summary of the engagements that we have in your X account. So on the upper right corner, so we have here filters, which allows us to view our engagements either by in this one. We have the day, week, or month, or per quarter. And beside this one, we also have a date range filter, which allows us to select a range here on our engagements. So step 3 is analyzing our Facebook performance. So going back to our Facebook summary, here we will find insights such as page likes, or track how your audience has grown over time, and post engagements, where you can view likes, shares, comments, and reactions. Then next, the reach and impressions, where we understand how far your content is spreading. And if we scroll down further, we can also analyze individual post performance to see which content is performing best. So apart from the summary tab, we also have here in audience tab. So here, just like what I mentioned before, so we have the page like growth here, and we can also see the total followers. And we also have filters here you can apply. We also have here page likes by country, and page likes by language, and page likes by city. And beside the audience tab, we also have the posts and engagements, where we can see the number of posts versus engagements. So we have here analytics report here, so it shows us a quick view of our posts and engagements just by hovering over them. And also, as for the widgets, these are also expandable, so we have to do is click on this arrow icon, and this will show us a fuller screen of our widgets. Then next, beside the posts and engagements, we also have the performance tab. So here we can see the page profile views. In this case, we have here per day, and we can also change the filters here. Next is the reach and impressions, for us to determine how far our pages have already been reached. Then finally, we have the messenger tab. So for this one, we can see the connection growth and the connection loss between our posts and engagements. Okay, step 4 is analyzing the X/Twitter performance. So similar to Facebook, so we also have here the summary tab, the audience tab, where we can check how your audience is expanding, as well as tweet engagements, where we can analyze our retweets, replies, and likes. And here beside, we have also the post and engagement, which sees how many people viewed your tweets. So use these insights to optimize your content strategy for better engagements. So showing an example here of the X account, which is connected to the social cells that I'm using here. So I already added one post 3 hours ago, and once we go back to the socials, go back to the summary, then we can see here the top post for today, since currently we have set the filter for today. So we can also see the audience summary, how many followers you have. Also see here if there are new followers. And under the post and engagement summary, we can also see here the total posts and the total engagements, as well as the number of likes, replies, reposts, engagements, and engagement rate. If you need to share reports with your team, so we will proceed to the final step, which is the exporting and sharing reports in Zoho Socials. So all we have to do is go in the upper right corner, and beside the filters, we have here the ellipsis icon. Click on that, and then we will have some features here, such as the email, or we can send our reports via email, or we can schedule the report generation, or we can automatically export it as a PDF or a PNG format, and we can also book export as CSV. So let's try to book export, and here we can select if we're going to generate reports for all the channels, or we just have to choose one. So in this case, I will just choose the Facebook page, and we will select the range of the reports that we will be generating. So let's set it to the last 90 days, and we click on export. So we see if here at first you download initiating message, and then eventually we will go to the downloads option in your browser and open the zip file that was generated. So if we open that zip file, so we see here the generated CSV files. Then clicking that one will allows us to see here the reports that we have in CSV format. Another example here is the one where I exported it as a PNG file. So whatever is seen in the dashboard is also being added here. Okay, let's try to click the X account and then go back to the export feature, and let's try to schedule our report. So here we see the scheduled report message here. So for the first thing we see is who should receive this report. So by default it is assigned to the account owner. Oh, we also have the option to send a message together with our report, and also set the date range. We also have an option to group the data by a day, week, month, or quarter, and how often should we send it out. So for this one, let's do it every week, every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. And we also have the option here to choose our time zone, as well as the format that we would like to prefer, either PDF or PNG. Once everything is set, so we click on the schedule button, and there. We have already scheduled a report generation every week on a Sunday 10:30 a.m. basis. So tracking your social media performance is crucial for refining your strategy and increasing engagement. So with Zoho Social Reports, you can easily monitor key insights and optimize your content across Facebook or X or any platforms that you would associate to your Zoho Social account. So try these steps and make data-driven decisions for your social media campaigns. Tracking the performance of your post across multiple social media platforms is crucial for understanding engagement, reach, and audience interaction. Zoho Social provides built-in analytics that allows you to monitor key performance metrics. In this guide, we will walk you through the steps to track post performance efficiently. Step 1, we navigate to the Reports section. Here you will see different analytics reports categorized by platforms and post types. The next step is to view the post performance analytics. So we go to the Post and Engagement tab. Next, we select our desired social media platforms from the available options. So for this account, we have Facebook and an X. To select Facebook. Then we choose the date range for which you want to analyze your post performances. So let's have this viewed by per day and the date range for the last 30 days. So step 3 is to analyze the key performance metrics. So before we proceed, let's try to describe them further. So for engagements, this is where we view the likes, shares, comments, and reactions to measure audience interaction. Next is the reach and impressions, which is to understand how many users saw your post and how often it appeared in your feeds. The next is the click-through rate or CTR, where we can check how many users click on links within your posts. And finally, the best performing post, which we will identify posts that generated the highest engagement. So here we have different cards under the Post and Engagements tab. So let's start with the number of posts versus engagement, which compares the number of posts published on your Facebook page with the number of people who engage with these posts over a period of time. So we have here a chart that shows us every day that there's a certain post. So here we can see 6 posts and 21 engagements for the last 30 days. So if we hover on this chart, which is all the posts last February 21st, so we have 1 post and 0 engagements. And if we hover February 26, 2025, then we will see here 4 posts and 19 engagements. And if you would like to hide the engagements and just show the posts, so all we have to do is click on this engagement. And this will be locked and only retains the post. And similarly, if we would like to see the engagements and hide the posts, so all we have to do is click this again and it will show the engagements, and then we lock the post. And here it will now retain the engagements. And also each of these charts we have an option to export them. So if we click on this ellipsis icon, so we have here different options. So let's try to export this chart or card rather as a CSV file. So it will generate an Excel file, and if we open this one, since currently we're just showing the engagements, so in the CSV file we are also only seeing the engagements here. Beside the number of posts versus engagements, we also have the post by type. So this card shows the different types of posts such as text, image, link, and video posts published on your Facebook page. So for this current Facebook page, we only have posts that are the text types. So therefore the rest are unlocked. So this is in the form of a pie chart, and we also have a icon here. If we click this one, it will show us a fuller view of the certain card. So we scroll further and we see the top post by card. So this one will show the top performing post of your Facebook page based on the number of reactions, comments, shares, engagement, and engagement rate. So here we have a filter which allows us to choose how we view our top post. We can do it by reactions. If you click on that one, then it will filter all the top posts by reactions. So we can see here that this certain post has the highest number of reactions, which is 2. Then followed by the rest of the posts, which only has 1. So this is sorted accordingly. So let's try to sort them by comments. So this is sort from the highest to lowest comments. Next we go to shares. Then it will sort the number of shares from the highest to lowest. Same goes with engagements. If I'd like to view the top post by engagements, so it will sort which post has the highest number of engagements. And finally, by engagement rate. So for this example, we have this certain post. So we can see automatically the number of reactions, comments, shares, engagement, and the engagement rate. And we also have our options here to how do we view this certain card. So currently this is in a view of carousel. We also have an option here to view this with tabular. So clicking that one allows us to have this kind of view. So if we click on type, then we will see here the post details. So this is basically a thread which is also seen similar to a Facebook page. We can also see beside the post details the post status. So we can see here the number of reactions. You can also see the engagements, whether it's a comment, a share, a click. Also see here click distributions as well as the impressions. And if your account is integrated with CRM, so we go to CRM stats, then we will see here the CRM status. Okay, yes, so for the top posts, we also have the option to export them either as PDF, PNG, or we send it to an email. So let's try to export this one as PNG. Okay, once that's downloaded, so we open the file. So here we see here the post stats of yours of this certain post. So bringing ideas to life with code. So this will contain the date when the report was generated and also who generated the report. So this also applies to the post details as well as the CRM stats. Okay, let's go back to the carousel view. Then we click on the ellipsis icon and let's try to schedule this report for further analysis. So here under the schedule report page, we see who should receive this report. So by default, this is set to the Zoho social account owner. And we also have an option to send a message together with your report. Select our date range and group data by, and how often should we send out this report. And you can also choose here when the time to send the report. as well as the time zone, and which format do we prefer. Then once everything is set, so we have to do is click on the schedule button, and then we've scheduled this report, which will generate every Sunday or based on whatever you have set in the schedule. So under the top post by, we also have the top connections who have mostly engaged card. So this one will show who interacted the most with your Facebook page. Sort these connections based on their most preferred way of engaging with your page. So for this one, this is filtered with the most engaged. So we see here it's also sorted. For example, we have Daddy Tan who has 4 likes, 5 comments, and overall a total of 9 engagements. Followed by Rian Dawson, who has 6 comments and 1 like, overall having 7 engagements. And finally Perez, which has 1 incoming DM, or this could be an inquiry from Messenger, which overall has 1 engagement. Under this one, we also have the Post by Publishing Apps card. So this is just basically the applications that were used for publishing posts on your Facebook page and the corresponding engagements such as likes, comments, and shares these posts received. So here we have posts that were published from Facebook, and we also have posts that were published from Zoho Social using this one. So there is a split here, which if we total this one, this is equal to 100%. We also see overall reactions per apps, as well as the comments and the shares. And similar to the other cards, we can also export this card alone. The next card is the best time to post, which suggests the best times to publish posts on your Facebook page by learning how your audience engages with your post. So the denser the color, the higher the engagement received from that time range. So as the system observes your Facebook page, it sees that your best time to post is around Wednesdays between 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it's much denser around 9 a.m. Okay, we can also set here our ranges just to check the number of posts. And similar to other cards, we can also export this card alone. Then next we have the post engagement versus impressions. So this one shows the number of times your Facebook posts have been viewed and the number of times people have engaged with your post over a period of time. Okay, so we see here for February 21st, we have 6 impressions and 0 engagements. And for February 26th, which is the peak day, so we see here 19 engagements and 23 impressions. So let's try to view this per week. So yeah, to have us a summarized view. Or we can also view it full screen. So we can see here the date range since we filter this one per week. We also have the engagement per post type, so it's just similar to the previous card. However, the difference is this one shows the volume of engagements received from different types of posts for your Facebook page, such as text, image links, and video posts. So currently, all of your Facebook posts are in the text type, so therefore we can only see here the text type. And finally, we have the type of engagement actions, which shows the type of engagement received from your posts, such as shares, comments, and reactions over a period of time. So these engagements contain the comments, the reactions, and the shares. So hovering on these dates will show us the number of comments and reactions that were given on that certain post. And in case you're wondering that we're only showing the Facebook page, so how do we check the posts and engagements for the other platforms? So for that, so all we have to do is go to the other social media accounts. So we have X here, and similar to Facebook, it also has the posts and engagements tab. So it also has the number of posts versus engagements, also has the post by types card, also has this one, but the only difference is in the form of tweets. So it also has a similar view, which allows us to check the likes, the replies, reposts, engagements, and the engagement rate, as well as the option to how do we view our top posts, either carousel or tabular, and also allows us to export each of these cards with different formats to choose from. And we can also schedule a report generation. So it will also have the top connections who have mostly engaged or whatever filter we choose here. We also have the post by publishing apps card, as well as the best time to post, post engagements and engagements by post types, as well as the engagement actions. And for X accounts, we also have the messages and mentions received. So this card shows the volume of messages and mentions received for your X profile over a period of time. So for February 18th, we have one mention, and same goes for February 23rd. Okay, so let's go back to the Facebook account report. And let's say we have a scenario where, as a Zoho social user, I would like to see the performance of my Facebook page. So to do that, so beside the post and engagements tab, we have the performance tab. So if we click this one, this will show a card that shows the number total of people who viewed your Facebook page and compares those who logged into Facebook to view it with those who did not log in to view it. So this is a chart which shows us the number of views, and it's also, we can see here the number of days, or depending on the filters that we have selected here. So by default it's set as day, and we also see here the overall page viewers here. So here we have 53 page views for this Facebook account, and we see that the highest one is last February 2nd, which we have 28 page views. And we hover on the different dates, we can also see here the number of page views just by hovering them. So similar to the other cards, so we also have the option here to export this page profile view card. So we can also schedule a report generation. Let's try to set the date range here. So I would like to see whether there were engagements over the last 90 days. If we click on update, so the page profile view also shows us the last 90 days here, which is the December 2024 days. So by following these steps, you can efficiently track and compare the performance of your post across different social media platforms using Zoho Social. Regularly monitoring these insights will help you optimize your content strategy and improve engagement.